Hey folks, this is Nick.
And I'm Brandon, and this is Coast to Coast.
Maybe a touch loud, kind of like Jam, but that's okay. So, welcome back to Coast, everybody. Glad that you're here with us. Over here with my buddy Nick, as always. Woo! How you doing, brother?
Good. How you doing, my friend?
I'm fantastic. I'm so excited, dude. We have a guest on today, and this is a guest that I've actually known just a skosh amount of time, longer than Nick, by a few months. Somebody that, just like with Nick, just like with all the guests we've had on the show, we've met through the Smule Karaoke platform, and I'm so excited to have her here. Miss JuJu, how are you?
I'm great. How are you?
Yay, fantastic.
Yeah.
I have a zillion questions, by the way, but we'll take our time.
Okay.
This is
All
cool.
right.
I was wondering if we get around here or not.
Oh, I've been looking forward to getting Miss JuJu on here. For those of y'all out in the listening world, in the YouTube world, who don't know Miss JuJu, I'm gonna let her kind of explain her background, if that's okay. JuJu, do you mind?
Sure, no problem. Hey everyone, I'm JuJu. I have a PhD in vocal performance, a master in conducting, a master in vocal performance, a BA in music theater, a BA in music education. So I'm pretty versed in music. I professionally teach vocal lesson. I'm a vocal coach. I'm a choir director for a university. I teach in a women ensemble and a mixed chamber choir as well. So yeah, I do a lot of music stuff.
Wow.
Dr. JuJu, everybody. Just saying. That is absolutely amazing. Every time I hear it, I just get blown away. I'm like, good Lord. Like you must have gotten your first degree when you were like 12. And that's kind of a running joke that you and I have had for a while. You know, it's just baffles me. It's insane. Like, how does one person, Ms. JuJu?
Yes.
Just real quick, could you explain to everybody? I know this is a question that men are not supposed to ask of women, but could you just tell everybody how old you are, please?
I am 27.
Wait, what?
Yeah. At 27,
Really?
she's got 86
Yes, sir.
degrees.
I thought she was older.
86. The number keeps changing with you.
Okay, 94 degrees.
Wait, no.
But no, seriously, you have done more as far as your education and training and the things that you've done within your career than most people do before they hit 60, 65.
Yeah.
I mean,
even
you've
40.
done more. You've done more than a lot of people do before they die. Like, it's insane. It's crazy. And I mean that in a good way. It's a good insane.
Right.
It's phenomenal. So if you don't mind, I would love to pick your brain.
Well,
Sure.
I would first like to know
Music.
what led you down there. Like, what got you going? That's the direction you wanted.
That's the first question I had. You're
Was it?
reading my mind, dude.
Well, I grew up in a very musical family. My mom is from Dominican Republic, and when she was young, she used to do a lot of singing, but never really went anywhere with her career. And then my father, he was really great at playing the guitar in Brazil, but again, another one that really didn't pursue a career in music. So I just was like, you know what? I want to do that. I want to pursue a career in music. I want to understand it. I want to understand the voice. Like, I don't just want to have a music career without understanding what is music, where is it from, what it's about, and understanding the voice and understanding how everything aligns and what is the world of music. So that it's just growing up in a family that's so musically inclined, but just also seeing that nobody really ever did anything with their talent. So that was my motivation, and that's what led me down the path of pursuing all of these degrees that I have now.
Just kind of like discovering the ultimate reason behind it all, huh?
Right,
So
exactly.
before that, when you were young, did you do singing or anything with your family or in schools or anything?
Oh my gosh. I started singing at the age of 3 years old.
Woo.
I was in a lot of little kiddie productions in elementary. I got to work with Mr. Tom Toyama. He's a Japanese musician. He was the first one that really got me to step out of my shy zone and start singing. And I performed for the Miami Hurricane when they were a big team out here in Miami.
Nice.
And he composed a song called Give a Little Love. So I got to do that. And then, from there, I got to sing for Kimberly Locks. She was a American Idol, like really literally one of the first contestants. She didn't win, but I got to sing for her.
Oh, that's so
And I
cool.
was a part of a lot of huge talent shows, Rising Star, won first place for 5 years nonstop.
Wow.
I got to sing for our governor as well. You know, and that was pretty exhilarating. Because didn't think I was going to do that, but got to sing the national anthem.
I bet that
And
was
then
awesome.
along the line, I just met a lot of people. And then from elementary to high school, being in choir and performing for different charities. And then high school was really my breakthrough. I got to do a lot of musicals. I was in Aida, High School Musical. Yeah, that was a big one. Phantom of the Opera. Like I was in so many, and I got all the leading roles.
So what you're
and
saying is it helps if you start out as a child prodigy.
Yeah,
That gives you a little
I
boost.
mean, it doesn't work for everybody, but yeah, pretty much. It was
That's fantastic.
oh yeah, I've met a lot of amazing people. Like during my undergrad, I got to sing with Andrea Bocelli.
What?
Yeah, I was his.
No way.
Yeah, I was his soprano background singer. That was really cool.
Oh, that's awesome.
I got to work with a very famous opera singer, Madame Ziani, and I got to meet Christian Chenoweth and
Holy cow.
The ex bass singer for Pentatonic, Avi Kaplan. I got to meet him. Yeah, I met some pretty cool people. So it was it's really cool when you get to meet people that are actually in the music industry and they notice you. I got to work with a very famous Irish composer. His name is Mcglenn. And he just was so drawn to me whenever we were singing an ensemble. He's like, how do you do what you do? Like, you don't have to look at your choir director. You just know when to start or how to hear for things that other students won't be able to listen for or don't listen for. So, yeah, I had a very interesting music journey from, I could say, kindergarten all the way up to college. So
I can't get past
cool.
Andrea Bocelli.
Isn't that crazy, dude?
So
That's
I
amazing.
got one more question because these questions all go together. Because I know when he gets started, I'm probably gonna be shut out of the whole thing.
I haven't
So you have your aspect of singing as you're growing up,
right?
Then you have where you actually start going to school to actually learn about music, where it came from, all that. So when you got on the other side of it, did you go, "Wow, I didn't think of all this," and did it make like a big difference from what you already were good at?
Yeah, like knowing, like being able to understand how everything works now. Had I had all of this knowledge and vocal techniques and all of these things that I have now, and I've had them, growing up and going through all of the times that I was performing, from middle school, elementary, and high school, and all that, it really would make a huge difference. But I don't I don't regret it in this at the same time too, because it allows me to become a better artist, to become a better singer, to help other people, to look at, I can literally dissect the song, like from how it started and everything. And I mean, it would have been cool to know how to do that before, but I don't think I would appreciate it as much as I do now, if that makes sense.
Makes
So,
total sense.
yeah. So
It means
yeah.
I should not ask you to listen to one of my songs because you'll rip me to shreds.
I ask her all the time. I'm like,
Oh
hey,
yeah,
I
he will
need you
send
to
me
break this
songs.
down for me really bad.
Right. He'll be like, we're in a competition together, and he'll be like, here's my song. What do you think? And I already tell him flat out, okay, this is what happened, and this is what happened. Like I'll give him a brief summary of what's going on. So when he does get those critiques, he'll be like, well, that's not what JuJu said,
Yeah, but I don't hold anything against you.
No, you don't.
Not at all. As far as I'm concerned, any time that I can get any feedback from you, because I know how busy you are, it's always extremely appreciated. I mean, your level of, I mean, just listening to you go on and on about all the stuff that you've done and all the degrees and everything and your background, it's just like, whoa.
Yeah.
Every time I hear it, it just blows me away.
If she critiqued me, I probably wouldn't even understand what the heck she was talking about.
Dude, I ask her all the time. I'm like, what the
did you just like say? He'll message me. He'll message me online. He'll be like, what is this? Is this considered as a mashup? And I'm like, yeah, it's an interpretation mashup. What the hell is that? I'm like,
what?
And I had to sit there. I'm like, oh yeah, I'm talking to him. Hold on, let me break it down for you.
And
that's what I'll do.
You have to write it out like a Dr. Seuss book for this guy.
Yeah, just like, okay, mash up. It's when you use a different melody of a song and add other lyrics to the song, including different melodies and da-da-da. And I just literally have to feel like, all right, children, did you get it? Yes, we did. Yep.
You're welcome for the practice, by the way.
So a mashup is singing lyrics to a different melody?
So you take, it's pretty much adding a different melody and lyrics to a track that's not of the original track of the song that you're using. So for instance, if you're singing Mary Had a Little Lamb and you want to sing Twinkle Twinkle Little Star lyrics and melody on that track, that's a mashup. And it doesn't have to be like a lot of people mistake mashups for being multiple songs on one track. No, it could just be a different melody and lyrics on a complete different track. That's it. That's a mashup right there. That's what we call an interpretation mashup or a single take mashup. However you want to use that. So
she explained this to me last week, and I still am just like,
I still don't know if I understand.
No, he was just saying, and I was like, you don't understand it. Okay, hold on.
I don't know when people are saying mashup, it's when you sit there and you sing a song and then you you kind of mold into another song and then you mold into another song.
That can also be so. Yeah, there are several mashups. You can do a mashup with one song. You can do a mashup with 2, 3, 4 the most. Some people do like 60 songs, but here's the thing. It can easily be interpreted as a medley as well. A medley is the same concept, but the difference between a medley and a mashup is the actual track that you're singing on does change. So that's a medley. That's how I tell people to think of it. If the song is not
the instrumental portion changes.
Yeah, the instrumental of the song changes along with the whatever song you're singing. That's a medley. But a mashup, it's going to be that same track with all these different other songs and medleys on it. Melodies, not medley, but yeah, the track, the instrumentation doesn't change for a mashup, but for a medley, it does. A lot of people mistaken that. So yeah.
I'm actually really glad you cleared that up because I was just about to ask you the difference between a mashup and a medley, and I don't have to. So it's awesome.
Hey, you could use this as a reference for the next competition you join.
JuJu, what is a mashup? On here?
I am your musical guru. Music guru. That's what they call me for now online. I'm like, no, I am not your guru. Why? Yeah, you are. Okay. I guess.
You became my quote unquote go-to coach, I guess you could say, for Smule back in the country music video competition. I can't remember. I can't remember exactly what your role was within that comp. You were part of the admin team, right? Were you a judge or something?
No, I wasn't. Here's the funny thing. I was not in that comp, but everybody was messaging me like I was.
They wanted you to be. They
I wasn't.
made you.
it's funny. I was not even a coach or a mentor, but everybody's like, "Hey, Juju, what's up? Can you listen to this?"
Really?
Yes, I wasn't even a part. I don't even think these people even knew me. But
See,
hey, I helped a lot
that's
of people.
fantastic because I remember there was a call.
Right.
There was a call that went on and
Hmm.
I jumped on the call. You happened to be in there and you were basically giving everybody like vocal tips and lessons like on the spot.
Yeah,
And
and you muted
I
yourself and you got excited.
Yep. Yep. I sure did. I muted myself. I shut up and I literally went and I got some like paper and I started just taking notes and shit. And I have literally told everybody, I'm like, yeah, she was a coach in the CMB comp. And now you're telling me that you weren't even a
I
fucking
was
coach.
not. I wasn't even part of the shit. Everybody was just
Ah,
messaging me. Do you
How do
know how
people
many?
do it? I would feel bad trying to. Oh, Juju, tell me what I'm doing
No,
wrong. How should
no,
I
no,
do
no.
this?
Here's the thing. Here's the thing. I don't ever feel bad. Like I have learned and the ins and outs of music itself and the voice. So when people come to me and ask me for advice or they need help with something, I'm always happy to do it because I'm like, hey, you get to do what I love. So it's really not. I don't get bothered at all. It was just funny because it was everybody in Soul's country almost that messaged
mhm.
me like, hey,
Yeah.
how do you
Because
do?
we were all in it. I mean,
Yeah.
hey, Nick, just make sure that you're really in on Juju's good side so that she doesn't charge you.
That's whack.
No,
I
I don't
feel
know if you've
bad.
noticed, but I'm still on this. I could.
Oh,
Yeah,
oh
yeah,
crap. She's still here.
yeah.
You can't whisper low enough. I'm sorry.
I speak whisper. But anyway,
Right.
Hey, everybody, it's Nick.
And I'm Brandon from the Coast to Coast podcast show. Nick and I have been cooking up some stuff in the background with our admin team, and we are super excited to announce it to you. So without further ado, Nick.
Hey, guys, we got something cool and unique, something we're pretty sure nobody else is doing.
Mm-hmm.
We have a group for our podcast, Coast to Coast Group. We are on the Line app.
Yeah.
It's going to be fun. We're going to have different kinds of challenges. There's so much going on in this room. We can't really tell you everything because it'd be a long ad. But the Line app has live calls. We can call each other, video calls. You can instantly talk to us. We chat all the time in it. So you could talk to us any point, 24/7. You got something to say, you got a question to ask, you got a suggestion for the show or anything, you can boom right away.
Mm-hmm.
If you don't have Line app, not a big deal. You can get it. It's simple, easy download on Androids, on iOS. It's on PC and it's on Mac.
That's right. Literally, all you guys have to do is just download the app, install the app, whatever. It's quick, it's free. Search for the group name Coast to Coast. And if for some reason you guys can't find the group, maybe you're just, lazy like us and you want it to be easier, then all you would have to do is head on over to any of our other social media accounts. You can find us on Instagram, Coast_2_Coast. You can find us on TikTok, Coast 2 Coast 010. You can find us on Facebook, Coast to Coast. I mean, it's pretty fucking repetitive if you think about it. Once you're there on any of those social media pages, send us a private message with the words "drop me a line," and we will make every attempt possible to get you that invite to the group. The other thing too is if you need some help with setting up the Line app for whatever reason, you have questions, it's being finicky for you in that private message format with us, we will do our best to walk you through the setup as well.
Yes, we will.
Yeah,
And while
absolutely.
you're there, DM and say you're on TikTok and that's where you want to message us through.
Mhm.
While you're there, check out the goof off challenges. We may have one up and you can join those. Check all our social media
Mhm.
because we're doing all kinds of things everywhere. It's there's a lot going on. We want
And
you to
more to
enjoy it with
come.
us. That's right.
More to come for sure.
So hopefully you join us.
Thanks, y'all.
Yeah.
I do have a kind of a general question for you though, Juju.
Sure.
For anybody out there who is essentially toying with the idea of music, whether it be, we'll just go with singing, right? Take
Okay.
somebody who they sing in the shower every once in a while. They might sing
Mhm.
along with a song in the car every once in a blue moon, and then someone comes along and says, "Hey, you've got a pretty good voice. and now that person has the idea of, hey, I want to get deeper into this. Where would
Right.
you say, from your personal perspective, where should that person start?
Well, if you don't have any musical background or you don't have any vocal techniques or haven't had any training, the best thing to do is play around, listen to different genres or genres that you like, that you're comfortable singing, and take a recorder or use your phone, record yourself, and listen to how you sound whenever you sing something, anything. And then as you're listening, you will notice certain things about your voice that A is good or B is you need some improvement
I
on.
only ever
So
hear B.
yeah, well, but that is a really important step because a lot of people go in and singing stuff and then they don't know anything about their own voice. So, rule number one, learn your voice, get to know it, become accustomed with it, do anything you possibly can to understand your voice because you have to be comfortable with your voice first before you can move on to the bigger stuff. Like, oh, well, I want to know how to do runs. No, all of these things come way later. Understand the voice, know how it works. There are YouTube videos out there, but like I told you a while back, Brandon, I don't trust all these videos. If you cannot demonstrate what you're talking about, then you should not be having videos up there. And I don't recommend.
We had a conversation one time and you said, I'm paraphrasing now, but
Yeah,
you
go
said,
ahead.
or if you're one of these people who does try to demonstrate, make sure that the technique you're demonstrating is actually being performed the right way. Right.
Right.
Because you opened my eyes to that. There's a bunch of people out there that are saying this is how something's done. And then they go to do it to demonstrate it and they sound good, but they're actually doing a completely different technique than what they're telling you to do.
Exactly. They're using what is a technique that is comfortable for them.
Yeah.
And if you're going to do any video, regardless of whatever vocal technique you are demonstrating, you have to show one that works for all or a couple that will work for some people. Because some people are most comfortable sitting down when they're singing, or they're most comfortable standing up when they're singing. I mean, some people move around a lot. So if you're showing somebody how to, for instance, do proper breath control, you can't really be moving that much if you want to have a consistent breath control, right? Which is not true. But it's not true. A lot of them tell you don't move around, but you can. You can. Remember, when you breathe, it's a moving concept. Your body moves as you breathe. So there's no such thing as you're just staying still and you're going to be stiff and tense and your voice is going to hurt. So yeah, you don't ever tell people don't move. So
you got me pacing one time in a vocal warm-up thing. You're like, are you sitting or are you standing? What are you doing? I'm like, I'm just standing here. You said, okay, pace. I'm like, what? What do you mean
If
pace?
it was
I
true
pace
that you
anyway.
had to stand still, then why are these singers sprinting across the stage while they're singing?
Right?
Exactly. But you have to understand too. Live performance breathing is completely different from just regular smule breathing or just performing at an aria or something like that. There are different breathing techniques that a lot of people don't know about, and which is why I say, yes, there's tons. Which is why I said the number one thing to do, if you're starting out singing, is get to know your voice. And very, very important, which somebody on this beautiful, beautiful podcast here does not do, is warm up. Oh my God.
Warm ups either.
Warm up.
Hey, you have gotten me on warm ups, and I know you're in the Perfectly Puzzled Smule competition. We actually, not that long ago, talked with another contestant, Jam, who's also in Perfectly Puzzled. I'm in Perfectly Puzzled. I've been warming up.
Yeah, you have been. I can tell. Good job. But no, this one over here have literally tested my patient. He had a smule video. Drinking coffee with a lot of cream.
I did that one literally just for her, dude.
Oh
just for her, bud. So check this out. she told me straight up. She's like, if you're gonna sing, make sure
Don't
that
have
you
any
didn't
dairy.
eat anything with dairy in it.
In it,
I'm
no.
like, well, what
Why?
about like coffee creamer and all that? And she's like, no, nothing, no dairy. Like just drink water and do your warm up. So I went out.
So like,
I put Jacob down for a nap. Okay, I went out to my little recording area out here in the garage, and no warm up, no nothing. And I actually called her out, and I said, I'm not supposed to drink coffee with creamer. I'm also supposed to warm up. I'm not going to do any of those. I'm just all right. And then I started singing.
As he's singing, there's phlegm in this. You could hear the phlegm in
So,
his voice.
when I
so,
sang right after
was
having
awesome.
like ice cream, that was a bad idea.
yes, you will realize there are notes that you couldn't hit that time. That's what happened.
Oh man.
So dairy adds extra coating on your vocal cords, and it causes you not to. It doesn't allow the vocal cords to rub properly because your vocal cords go about like 1,000 to 1,000,000 miles a minute.
That's insane.
Yes.
So is
So
there
when-
like a good liquid, like besides water? Like, don't they say something about honey or lemon or like?
You can
lemon?
have honey, like a spoon of honey or hot tea with honey, aloe vera water, some olive oil, some
Olive oil.
Mm-hmm.
Lubrication
Yeah.
stuff.
Huh.
you know, Then it knows.
Yep, some coconut oil, some ginger with warm water.
Oh.
You can have some tea. If you're like an iced tea drinker, that's fine. Just make sure, so it's not the coldness that's the problem. It's just anything dairy. It just adds coating for a while.
Well,
and-
In my case, it makes me phlegmy.
It does make you phlegmy. Yeah.
What'd you say, Nick?
about? Well, I said, don't matter for me because I drink room temperature. If the cold
Oh.
is a problem, I don't drink it cold anyway.
Yeah.
But what about somebody who's singing and they're chugging on the carbonated soda while they're singing?
Hey.
I mean, it's never good. Soda isn't good for you regardless, but if
Diet Pepsi, not a sponsor yet.
right.
I watched him chug a soda when he's like belting it, and I'm like, that can't. That's not right.
I mean, it doesn't. And my thing about soda is this: if you know you're gonna sing, okay, and you had a soda before, drink some water. That's all you need to do. Drink some water, or take some water, like a half a cup of water, and add like half a teaspoon of apple cider vinegar to clear all of that syrup and stuff out of your throat. You don't want anything because sugar it sticks. It sticks to your larynx, which is where your vocal cords are. And you don't want that. You don't want anything in the way of those vocal cords when you're singing. Because, let's just say as you're taking a deep breath and you choke. Why? Because there's something there in your vocal cords that is causing your epiglottis, which is like a little thing that goes up and down your back of your throat that causes that to not close right.
I be singing, and then I got to take a breath for my next one because I need it to carry, and something will feel it. It's
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah,
over.
exactly.
But I
Yeah,
watch
that's-
Brandon, he'll be like, I become so blind. Soda.
We worked on a lot of techniques for vocal distortion, and I love working with him because
Aw.
I do, even though you
Thanks.
drive me up the wall and I just want to tell you to go hug a tree 95% of the time.
He'll hug
But-
it.
You can say it. You can say it. We're an explicit show. That's code for Brandon. Go fuck yourself.
Pretty much.
Yeah, it is. I always tell him, fuck off. Like,
He's
it's just,
He can be a royal pain in the crotch.
you have no idea. Anyway, like
I
we'll be on the
podcast with this guy. I know.
will be. Oh no, Nick, no.
Oh,
You have
tell
no
me I'm
idea,
still
buddy.
learning?
I will straight up be talking with JuJu for some vocal pointers. Like she just mentioned, she's worked with me a lot on vocal distortion because I love doing vocal distortion. Like,
So
it's
do I.
fun. And she'll tell me to do something, and I'm like, no.
Yeah. I'm like, listen here. Either you do this. No, listen here, you cunt nugget. Like I'll call him all types of shit. Like
It's the only way you can
that-
get through to him.
our phone calls are like epic. Okay, there's never a dull moment and he goes out of his way to make me cuss him out. Like he just does shit to piss.
I win that way.
Whatever.
Well, here's the thing. I know ultimately,
he does
whatever
to you
vocal
what I do to
technique it
him.
is, kind of,
Right.
yeah, but on a larger scale. Because I know no matter what the vocal technique is, I know I'm gonna say no, but I also know that I am gonna actually do it, and it's gonna be implemented and it's gonna be practiced. But I just gave away the secret.
But here's the thing.
You just ruined.
So,
No, I take whatever she says as far as that stuff, like 100% to heart. I just like giving her a hard time in the process. It's more
yeah,
fun.
he just like giving me gray hairs at my 27 years of age. You know, like, fucker.
Hey, you're all the way across on the other side of the states, just like Nick is. So it's fine. It's fine. You can't smack me from there. So.
Yeah. Okay, keep talking shit. Okay, but so the part that is rewarding working with Brendan is his reaction and the things that I teach him. He takes them, runs with them, and makes them his own. And that is really, exciting for me because I know that it's helping him and he's doing stuff that he wants to learn in a way where he doesn't have to stress out. Like a lot of people go to different vocal coach and they'll sit there and give you like a 30 step lesson for one thing that you can accomplish within a couple of days or just as long as that person decides to practice
I don't want to do that. My wife was
exactly.
like, why don't you take some vocal lessons? Now I know I don't want to.
Well, I mean,
I'm telling you, buddy, the person to go to is right here on the show.
I would love to send her a couple of songs, but then when she tells me don't quit your day job, I'm going to feel like a pile of crap.
I will
she
never.
tells me that all the time. Don't worry about what she's about to say. It's going to be a lie.
Brandon, it is too late for your bullshit. Shut up. No, but
okay.
No, I will not tell you that. I'm always motivating this fucker all the time.
This is true.
All the time. So I will not tell you to quit your day job. I promise. What I will tell you though, beware, because I will really be rough with my critiques. I'll tell you, Nick, what the fuck are you doing? This is what you need to do.
Yeah.
As long as I hear that you do have the ability, though, that's what I want to hear.
I will tell you the truth. I will tell you what are your qualities. I will tell you the truth. I'm not, and will I ever be one of those vocal coach to tell you what you want to hear? No, I'm going to tell you what you need to know. So send me stuff. I would love to listen to your stuff and I will tell you, okay, here's what you're good at. Here's what you need work on. And here's what we definitely don't need that much work on. And here's how you fix that. That's what I do.
I can already think of a couple of songs that I would send you because I think they're the right ones.
She's been working with me now going on almost a year.
Right.
And
he's blown me away with one of his entries.
Which one? The most recent one or the one?
No, the one where you hit that high G sharp. Yeah,
that's what I was just about to mention. Actually, It was the one and only time that I've actually surprised her. So I hit this. It was in one of my background vocal tracks, but I hit this high note, and I asked her about it because for me, I'm like, okay, it felt like I dropped an octave, but I went really high. And I've never hit a note that high before. So it also sounded like it was kind of flat. And I just asked her for some input on it. And she came back with, she's all, holy shit, dude, you hit a high G sharp 5 or whatever the number was. I'm not looking at it on my phone right now.
You got it right. I'm looking at
it. And I'm like, I did. What's that mean? And then I told her how it felt. I said, okay, it felt like my voice dropped, but the note itself went up. Why? And like I said, I'm not looking at it right now, but Juju, could you kind of just explain?
So
kind of real
what I
quick?
told him was the reason why it felt like that is because you managed to sing over your vocal break. What your vocal break is there's a certain level and a certain range that you can hit, but that's when your voice starts to thin out and start to crack.
Mhm.
So he always had this issue where his falsetto was not as strong as his chest register
Mhm.
or, his mid register. And I told him, like, the reason why is because you're overthinking it. You need this when you're singing in your falsetto, you need to think like you're singing higher than you normally are. And he's like, oh, okay. So we started doing these weird siren things. And at first he hated them. But
I
I'm like,
still do.
one day you're going to thank me, you bastard. And he was like, okay. And look, he sent me that damn recording. I swear, Nick, I wanted to reach over the phone, hug him, and then beat him up at the same time. Because when he asked me, he's like, well, what happened? I was like, you sang a G#5 that was past your vocal break. And he's like, well, what does that mean? I'm like, remember when we did this, 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 and this? And he's like, yeah, well, that's what happened. Because that's why it felt like you dropped an octave, because you were comfortable with it. You weren't pushing it. It became muscle memory. Remember, that's what we were working on.
It was weird too, because it wasn't a falsetto note.
Exactly.
I didn't have to
go to your falsetto. Exactly.
I didn't. And I was just like, how?
So is it true? Like, if you can only sing a certain way, that's the only way, or can you learn to sing? Like, because I sound, to me, when I sing lower, I sound great. But as it starts to get higher and higher, it's like I just.
So there's no such thing as can't grow as a singer. You can grow. Your voice can get better and better. It's just like I said, understanding your voice. So you already recognize and notice that singing in your speaking range, which is your chest voice, works. It sounds great. But as you go to the mid register and then your falsetto, it's just all hell breaks loose. The reason being is because you need to learn how to do vocal transition, which is simply put, singing through all of your vocal registers, which is chest voice, mixed range, or what we call singing in the nasopharynx or face voice, and your falsetto or head voice. Okay. So there is a way to sing through all three. And the best way to do that is knowing how to properly breathe, breathing deep from your diaphragm, and then understanding how to do different throat exercises to relax your jaws and the back of your throat. And I think the reason why you're having issues vocalizing to a higher range is because you're tightening up your throat and you're really tense around
Juju?
them. Yes.
Juju.
Yes.
Correct me if I'm wrong, please. Okay.
Sure.
I've been singing with Nick for a while now, and I think he does what I was doing when you and I first met, get into those higher notes. Remember, my brain always went, okay, if I got to get higher, I got to actually get louder and sing, project more. And then
pushing.
You told me, no, that's actually wrong. You don't have to. And you taught me how to get away from that. Is that something, because I know you've listened to Nick sing, do you think that's something that might be going on?
No.
I was trying to help you, buddy.
Yeah, no. It really, I heard him sing, but he's too tense. He's too tense. The back of his throat closes. He closes his throat a lot when he's getting higher. So it sounds pinched, like he's pushing it. So we need to get you a little more relaxed.
How do you know that? Like, you can hear that?
Yes.
Dude, she's
You're
like
just listening and you can hear what I'm doing.
Right.
She's wicked like
That's
that,
nuts.
dude. It will drive you insane.
What it feels like people say it, and I'm like, yeah, I do. It's almost like I'm holding back, though. Like
it will feel like that.
When I sing in my range where I'm good, I'm real loose. I can really start to get into it.
Exactly.
But when I get to a spot where, but when I get to the spot where I got to go up, I'm like, oh shit. And then I'll
Right.
start doing it, but then sometimes I'm like, hold on, because it might sound like crap. Don't push too hard.
Right. You're like I said, you're tensing up. I can
Yeah.
tell.
Weird.
When you're singing in your regular, your chest voice in your regular register, anybody can sing like I could literally just and I'm just relaxed because it's my chest voice, my speaking voice, my regular register. So it's really easy and relaxed to sing in that register. You're comfortable. But when you start to get into those really high power notes and everything, it's like, wait, hold on. Do I need to I gotta squeeze a little bit? Yeah, maybe I'll get the no.
Yeah.
No, you do not do that. Don't ever do that.
Don't do that.
all the way back here and I sound like a cartoon character.
Yeah, I'm sounding like a little mouth back there. No, we don't want that. Okay, sound like a seagull there, but we don't ever want that. Okay, don't do that anymore, Nick. You are forbidden.
You're forbidden.
So JuJu,
Yes.
how would somebody, again, considering they've never sang before or whatever, right?
Mhm.
You've been talking about finding their natural voice, right?
Right.
And I've heard you refer to it as chest voice. I've heard you refer to it as speaking voice. How would somebody who's essentially never taken a lesson before discover their quote unquote natural register?
Okay. So here's a tip: speaking and singing are brothers and sisters, right? So if you're talking and you talk naturally like this, finding your regular register is as you're singing, as you're talking, you're hum. Hey, how you doing? You automatically start to feel it just feels natural. When how you're using your chest voice or your regular register is when it feels natural. You're not pushing, there's no stress. It feels and sounds good. That's how you know. Do not listen to other people when they say, well, to find your voice, you have to do these type of techniques. No. You talk, you hum, it feels good. It's pretty much like listening to the radio when you're driving down the road. That's your register. That's your chest voice. Singing in the bathroom, singing in the shower, singing in the shower. It's your chest voice, your regular register. So it is equivalent of speaking. That is the easiest way to find that. Do not stress yourselves out. It's super easy. Like I said, talking, la la la, it'll just automatically come out. Just talk and hum, and you'll find it. So that is a quick and easy way to find your chest voice, regular voice. All of that extra mama jumbo. We don't need that. We're short, sweet, and simple here, and we like to do things that logically make sense
And things that work, right?
Yes, exactly. That's our goal.
So going back to Nick real quick, what are some things that he could do to essentially, like you said, release some of that tension?
Well, Nick, number one thing, stop squeezing your throat whenever you're trying to hit high notes, okay? Don't ever do that. Stop hesitating. Don't think you can't hit the note until you actually try it. The other thing you need to do is always make sure that your jaws are relaxed. Around your neck is relaxed. Do a little bit of, neck curls where you just turn your head left and turn your head right. Make sure your shoulders are relaxed because you do sound very tense when you sing, and we don't want that. Another thing is you're not taking enough. Your breath intake is not. I'm not happy with it.
She's not happy with it.
I'm not happy with it.
I told you she ain't gonna sugarcoat it, buddy.
I'm not happy with it. Listen, bluntly put, you can do more than you're giving us, okay? I'm telling you this now. There's a voice in there because when you sing in your natural voice, it's
That's
like,
what
yeah.
keeps telling me. It's in there.
You just gotta unleash the beast.
Look, Nick, you gotta, come on now, grab those reins and show them what you're made of. I don't like this. Hey, I'm Nick. How you doing? We're not trying to serenade anybody. All right. I want to listen to your song and be like, hot damn, hello, Nick. No, but but I'm like, oh, come on, Nick. Why are we doing this, Nick? Come on. No, you have more in there. Okay. So relax, breathe deep from your diaphragm. We're going to work on that at some point. How do you do that? Because I've mentioned it.
Mm-hmm.
It is all about thinking as if you're grabbing air from the ground and up. Do not, when you breathe in, that belly is not supposed to be pushed out. Tucked in. It feels like a tummy tuck. I tell Brandon this all the time. It's a tummy tuck. Breathe
it was
in.
weird. It was weird.
It was
when
weird.
she
And then
first
he
told
did that, and all
me.
you heard was, ah! He's like, whoa.
Because I asked her, I said, how do I hit those higher notes without having to get louder and feel like I got to squeeze? And she told me, she's all taking a deep breath, as much air as you can possibly get, and then suck in your belly like you're putting on the world's tightest pair of pants, right?
Mm-hmm.
And I was sitting down in the car. I'm like,
put on a girdle.
Okay. So I did, and I sucked in that gut, and dude, I started going up and up and up and up and up and up and up. And I was
Now
just
I'm getting
like, holy
excited. I'm feeling like
shit.
I might be able to do this.
Yeah, it was awesome, dude. Because I didn't go falsetto or anything, and I started hitting notes that I couldn't even fathom being able to hit without going falsetto before. And that was just, it was a what, JuJu, 5-minute exercise.
It was.
If that.
It was one of our first lessons ever. I was like, you were like telling me, I was like, oh, so you like to do vocal distortion? You're like, yeah, I like watching this guy. I'm like, okay, so you want to do vocal compression? Yeah. All right. You want to know how to do that? Like in 5 minutes? Yeah. Okay. This is what you do.
It was awesome.
And he was like, well, I want to hit these notes. I'm like, I can make you fill up this entire car right now. And he was doing this driving.
Yeah, I was
and
driving.
Then we tried more extreme stuff when he got home. And again, his reaction, all you kept hearing is, what the hell? Yeah. He was going nuts.
Dude, I get excited.
Yes, he
I'm
does.
so excited.
He gets excited.
I get excited when other people get excited. I get excited when I get new information and it works. And I'm easily excited. What can I say?
I know. Like how you literally just like killed my poor eardrum that first day. Because all I heard was, what? Fuck yeah. I'm like, listen here. Do you realize that there's another ear attached to this? It's like, yeah.
Oh.
So...
I apologized and I'm sorry.
No, you're not.
He'll do it again.
No, the hell
probably,
you're not.
I still do it to this day.
No, the hell he's not. Every time he says sorry, I'm like, yeah, for 5 seconds.
Until I get something exciting. And I'm like,
yeah, I mean, it's that guttural, yeah. Like, he's saying it with all his might. I'm like, I'm happy that you're happy.
I did start taking the earbud with the mic out, though, and now I hold it down when I get excited.
Good. Still could hear you're loud.
Well, yeah,
I know, but yeah.
I get that from my mother. Sorry, Mom. Love you, Mom.
Sorry. Oh my God. Oh, but
so we had an episode of Jam and we played Baby Shark.
Oh,
don't. I will quit.
Baby Shark.
There was a competition like 4-something years ago that I was in, and I was basically, Jam kind of clarified it for us in the essentially last week's episode, where I was essentially kind of like, matched up with somebody else, and then someone brought up Baby Shark, and I said something along the lines of, I could try to beat this guy with Baby Shark, and then one thing led to another, and I ended up singing the song Baby Shark. I did win. I went through to the next round. But yeah, it's literally I'm gonna find it and I will delete it because it's
well, I've downloaded it already. So
well, that's fantastic. You also already played it on a previous episode, so let's not relive the past. Okay.
Hi. My name is JuJu. Nick, send me that, please.
Oh God. I did voices. I did a voice for the mom. I did a voice for the grandpa and the grandma and the dad and the baby.
Grandpa Shark.
It was bad. It was really bad.
I got to hear this. Oh my God.
Not my proudest thing. You can listen to it Juju, but
Okay.
not right this second.
No. I just want him to send it to me so I can laugh my ass off.
Hey, I have a personal question for you.
Sure.
Okay. I'm actually gonna pull it up because I want to know why you said what you said. My last round entry,
Brandon.
I don't have a whole lot of comments or anything on here. Nick said sweet, but the song I just did for Perfectly Puzzled, it's called Mountain by the band Tonic. Nick actually uploaded it to Smule for me. I asked him and he got it up there, and he's awesome for that. But your comment was, holy crap, this is freaking electrifying. You just blew me away every time the chorus came around. This was brilliant. You've never, ever been that nice to me in a comment on Smule before.
No.
What?
She thought she was messaging somebody else. It was an accident.
No.
Right. So now,
okay.
now this is the selfish part of me coming out, since I've already got you on the phone. Well, not the phone, but on Zoom. Could you kind of explain, like, what did you like, and also what I know it sounded like shit, but I want to hear it come from you.
Okay. So
let's start with the bad.
So when you sing softer, you sound like you're dying.
Yeah.
Stop. All right, you're alive, and
This is
not
podcast.
The Walking Dead. Like you always
having fun.
Like wake the fuck up. Stop. Okay.
I wanted it to be kind of like a whisper.
I know, but it just sounds like you're dying.
And I hate that intro. I absolutely hate it.
What you should have done, and I taught you this, is to manipulate the vocal growl, because when you do,
so you're saying should have done like some vocal fry or something to it?
Yeah, you just sound like, somebody pop your fucking front tire and you're just losing air. Like,
see, I love it. These are the kind of critiques that I want, man. This is why Juju's the best. Okay, I hear you. And you know what's funny is I agree with you 100%. And you know I do.
Your harms, look, coming from what you started as, and now your harms they're starting to become more distinctive. You just have an issue with mid harms. Your highs and lows are great, but your mids, remember.
Oh yeah.
Either third up or third below.
I can't.
We talked about this, but I think at some point you got frustrated and said, "Fuck it."
Pretty much.
I can always tell when you say "fuck it."
I kind of turned it into like an alternative melody kind of thing there at the end.
Right. Exactly.
I'm like, whatever.
And you got this sliding thing you do. Yeah. You always do that.
Oh yeah, that's just fun.
Whenever you're tired, whenever you say "fuck it," that's what you'll hear.
Yeah. That's kind of your cue. Yeah, that's your cue to know. Okay, Brandon's bored.
Even I know that.
Yep. But those are the bad things. The reason why this song you got the nice juju was I literally heard some beautiful vocal texture. What that was, I heard the emotion and those vocal distortion. It was full, it was open, it was forward, it was intense. And you've only done that in 2 songs, which was the one that we did that really weird D&D comp, and you won.
That was Corn Falling Away From Me.
Yes, that was the only song that you were open and free because we worked on that.
Yeah, big time.
Oh yeah, but you did some crazy vocal distortion on that.
Yeah, it came out. I mean, I like doing that song, and that was the best version of that song that I had ever done, and I do that song quite a bit.
You're welcome.
Yeah. Thank you. I said thank you before. I'll say it again right now for everybody else to hear. Thank you.
He said it. Remember that.
All 2 listeners that we got just heard me say it
too. But in that song, I felt it. I felt you were talking to me. You reached out to me. And that's what I want you to do more, which is why I said it
felt
was
it too. It
brilliant.
was a good song.
It
Oh, thank you.
was, I felt it. Like those vocal distortion, it wasn't just because everybody knows by now that you're good at it. You can do it. You're one of the ones that don't sound like you're taking a shit every time you do a vocal distortion note. Or sound fucking constipated or some shit. No.
Because he makes
Or
sure
like
he takes a shit before he does it.
or like you're
That's
fucking
right.
doing a plank or something, like, you know, you're doing planks as you're trying to sing it, or you're bent over trying to get something under the bed, like you know, you don't
Picking up
sound
something
like
heavy.
that. Right. You're trying to lift up 500 pounds. Yeah, exactly. And you just, yep, exactly. And you just tore a hole in your pants because you were an idiot.
That actually
He just
hurt my throat
herniated right there.
Exactly.
that hurt my throat right there.
Exactly. You know, or you just like sounding like you're dry heaving a moment there. But no, look, you didn't, there was none of that. There was just straight you singing, and it was just, here I am, hear me roar. I was like, this was brilliant. I honestly, that's why you got that from me.
Thank
Now,
you.
I don't
I
know.
take a little bit of credit because I think it's the song I gave him to do.
Oh,
No,
yeah.
you can also give, listen, I've been working with
Nick
him
gets
for so long.
credit. He uploaded it for me.
Nick, I will give you a pat on the back sticker if I can find it online. But no, I want to hear more of that. And if I don't hear
Just
more of
scratch
that
your
from this moment on,
Oh, God.
yeah, you're gonna get the hands on the hip sticker, tapping the foot, looking at you like, excuse me. I got my Spanish woman stickers now, and I got them just for you.
She gonna revert back to mean JuJu.
I sure am. Yes, sir. But no, but in all seriousness, like I've told you throughout, you know, since round 1 and round 2, and even this round, I told you I knew you were gonna make it past every round because I hear it. I hear what the judges hear. And I know how far you have, you know, come and how much you have grown vocally, you know, and it's really such a joy to listen to. And
Aww.
now it became a muscle memory. It's a physical thing with you now. Now you don't need to think about what you need to do. You just do it. And
Actually, yeah, you're not too far off there, because I've been doing this shit now, quote unquote, the right way, much longer than I was doing it the wrong way. And yeah, it's just kind of like, hey,
yeah, like
I remember.
Yeah, I can do this. And that, you know, and all of our little I call them fuck around lesson. Cause that's all he do. Talk shit. He gets on my nerves, and I make up some new profanity, you know. I call him cunt nugget, limp noodle, you know.
Limp liquor.
I like
I get all kinds of garbage.
Yeah.
I get all kinds of garbage.
He gets
I call him a
everybody all-
fuxicle. I like that one.
Yeah, that one was.
He was like,
yeah.
Shit
I was like,
lip.
you fuxicle. He's like, fuxicle. I like it.
I like it.
But yeah,
I'm gonna use it.
yeah. So we, you know, it's such it makes me happy. It really does. That's why I was like, this was brilliant, because it really was. And I'm really eager to see what your critiques are gonna be for this round, because I want to know what other people hear. And Nancy is definitely going to tell you exactly what I told you.
Oh, I'm waiting for Nancy to pick it apart.
Yeah.
That's I've already told you that's like the one critique that I'm looking forward to the most. And I told everybody I think in the actual chat, I'm like, just don't even hold back. Just fucking lay into me, because I don't.
He's
I don't
so
need
used to it.
I don't need it to be sandwiched. I don't need it to be sugar coated. Just be blunt. Tell me straight up, and then I'll just take that back to JuJu, so I can work on it. Like, come on,
ladies and gentlemen, it's my fault that he wants crispy, blunt feedback. I have done that. It's my fault, and I am JuJu and I support this message. But yeah,
I've always wanted that kind of feedback. Like I don't want
Yeah.
anybody to just kiss my fucking ass, right? I hate
No, thank
that
you.
with critiques. I always have, but I understand there's the Schmiel way of doing things, right?
You know the
But
same
now
Everybody gets a
especially-
trophy.
Exactly. Get your participation trophy. That just
Yeah.
brings back memories from last week's episode with Jam. But anyways, but since working with JuJu, dude, like I don't want anything other than just like punch me in the face with it. If it's horrid, tell me it's horrid. Like,
TK
Dude,
and I
do
always-
something with your fucking microphone. It keeps disappearing into the damn background.
No, I like it that way. And I can't. It just blends in. So, here, I'll just put there we go. Here, I'll just stay like this the whole.
You get a neck cramp. That's your problem, dude.
Right. But no, I always tell JuJu, like every time, I'm like, okay, start with the bad. And sometimes we don't even get to the good.
Because there ain't any.
Pretty much. And that's
Oh,
fine.
I just remove all the good and just focus on the bad. And then I'm like, all right, now that we've worked on that, here are the good ones.
Yeah. Or one of my favorites is we'll focus on the stuff that needs to get worked on. And she'll go, you already know what you did right. So just do that again. I'm like,
Yeah. Yeah.
come on. Okay. But dude, I'm telling you, bud. If she says she's available, dude, jump on the BM.
I mean,
like,
after this,
ask questions. But
yeah.
I'll probably get shredded. I'll probably never sing again.
No,
you should.
no, you won't.
These are all the bads. The thing you did good was you tried.
We need to get shredded. It's good to get shredded. You should.
It is because
be okay.
we can make paper mache after all the shredded paper. Like, I mean, there's a plus here. There's a good side of all this. I'm just letting you know.
I gotta say that having never had any vocal lessons whatsoever, because I was never in a position where I could afford them, and teaching myself, basically, quote unquote, teaching myself, all the way up until last year, and then essentially just on accident meeting JuJu and going down the last year, right? I've told her in plenty of conversation where I can't do things that I used to be able to do, right? And she's like, oh, I can fix that. No problem. Dude, I can do most of the stuff I used to be able to do, in some cases, then some. And it's just weird because in I think June, it'll be a year. So in a little bit less than a year, call it 10 months or whatever, pretty much took everything that I thought I knew and threw 100% of it out the window. And now it's exponentially better because of it. And that's the biggest thing that I would give anybody who's going in to get any kind of vocal lessons anywhere is whatever you already think you know, just fucking forget it. And take whatever that person is presenting to you to heart and implement those techniques as if you'd never taken a lesson before, period. That's what works for me anyways. I can go in one ear and out the other for anybody listening, but that's what I do. So like if Nancy's going to give me a technique, I pretend that I never heard anything from JuJu. If JuJu's going to give me a technique, I pretend that I never heard anything from Nancy, so on and so forth on down the line. That's just how I learn things. That's why I get so excited about shit. It's fun to learn. I'm a nerd.
It is. It really is. It's
I'm a
fun
nerd
to
with
learn
no
and
degrees.
see results.
JuJu's
Right.
got all the
Totally getting away
degrees. I got
from it,
nothing.
But one of my big problems, that's why I don't do comps well, is I can't like make it
Where's
my
the
own
time?
very easily because I always loved singing. I wish I would have done it a long time ago. But I always sing since a kid with my tapes, my CDs or whatever in the car. But I always wanted to sing like whoever's listening to. So I sat there with all my might learning to singing to these other bands and trying to sing exactly how they are. So now whenever I do Smule, I'm trying to, when I hear Alice in Chains, I'm trying to sing like that.
No, never do that.
Doing the
And-
copycat thing.
Yeah, like you don't embody another artist. Always Like, okay, so I do a lot of voiceovers and I can imitate a lot of singers. Make it a hobby. You can use some of their techniques, some of their style, you can use their vocal style, but never try to sound exactly like that person because you can actually damage your voice by doing that.
Really?
Oh, so I should stop doing the AC/DC stuff that you already told me to stop doing.
I mean, it's on your fucking ass. I don't care.
She always tells me that. She's like, if you want to fuck up your voice, then go fuck up your voice.
Yeah, just on you. I don't give a fuck. Well, I should because you're gonna come back to me and go, JuJu. No, fuck off.
Now you gotta fix it.
No.
JuJu, now you gotta fix it.
No. I told you no. But he knows. I'll do it. But
so he's kind of like that guy's got the car. He always takes to the mechanic, or mechanic keeps telling him, "Don't fucking drive it like that." The guy keeps fucking driving it like
him.
that.
Yeah, that's him.
Yeah,
that's him. That's him. 100%.
But all the techniques and all the exercises and everything, I actually take to heart. It's just, don't drink dairy. Yeah, that's not going to happen.
No,
stop
I got
drinking
a
soda
video
while
to
you're
prove
singing. That's not going to happen. Stop doing this. Stop doing that. Nah, it's fun though.
This man literally went to go smoke a cigarette when he was about to sing, and then he fucking calls me 30 minutes. Yeah, I couldn't hit that note. Oh, you wonder why? Because you were smoking. That's exactly what I heard. Oh, I couldn't hit that note. Oh, you know why? Because you were smoking. That's exactly how we were talking back and forth with each other. I told him, I was like, look, smoke the damn thing after you sing like a couple of lines. No, I'll be fine. I was waiting for that
being
call.
in his garage. I'm waiting to watch him sing while he's damn smoking.
If I could smoke in my garage, I would.
Yeah,
but I'm not allowed to smoke in my garage, so I don't. No. Speaking of things that I am allowed and not allowed to do, I hate to cut this off because this is so freaking awesome. But our time is out, and I do have a brand new, 4-day-old baby girl that I got to go take care of so my wife can get some sleep.
Oh, yeah.
This show went fast.
Yeah,
it did. We should do this again sometime.
We need to do this again sometime because I'm sure everybody's got 80 million questions that they want to answer.
We can definitely do Ask JuJu Anything Part 2.
That'd be awesome. I want the listeners, if there's any out there, like people on YouTube, people in the Line group, people on any of the social media platforms that see this out in the podcast world, like if you got questions and you want them answered,
JuJu be a real good one.
I'm volunteering her time, so ask JuJu.
Wanting to do a live show once in a while where people could actually call in and ask a question.
That'd be fun.
Yeah,
cool.
I mean,
that'd be fun.
Even if you're an inspiring artist like myself, even instrumentalists, you want to learn how to play with somebody that you never played for a vocalist before. You just let me know. I have all the beats. I even have insights on, for those of you that are into music production, like creating your own music. I got the programs that you need to get. Like, you name it, I got you.
Her and I have talked about all that too.
Mm-hmm.
She's legit, people. Just saying. JuJu, thank you. This was really fun. Thank you so much.
Thank you for having me. So definitely got to do this again sometimes, guys. This was so amazing and fun.
Awesome. Yes. Nick, thank you.
Thank you, buddy. Awesome. Love all y'all.
Bye, guys.
Thank you all out there in the world that are paying attention to this. We appreciate you. Wouldn't be doing it. Well, we'd still be doing it without you, but we wouldn't be this far. So anyway.
Yep. Keep singing. Stay safe.
Get y'all next time.
Yeah.